this necklace jumped out at me, and if you can look really closely, it's a paw print and it says hippity hop on it. And my friend Alexia got this necklace for me after I had to put this rescue dog down. His name was Hippity Hop, and I loved him so much, and for months and months and months I tried to do everything to help this dog find a home and to heal and all this stuff, and at the end he got sick and we had to put him to sleep and help him transition back into the light. And it jumped out at me, and I just took that in. Every time I feel him around me, I just drop in and I say, I miss you and I love you, buddy. And I went to a cafe to do some work, and then my friend texted me and she started asking me about Hippity Hop. And she told me this story about this particular person that I've had issues with. And and it had to do with Hippity Hop. And all of a sudden I had all this fucking rage and anger come up inside of me. And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, I gotta process some stuff. I'll talk to you later. And at first what I did, I went on my computer and I started typing all this stuff to myself about like all this stuff that needed to come out. And then afterwards I was like, okay, I gotta alchemize this. And I dropped in, and immediately I started to feel. And what was funny was that this enlightened frequency came to me that morning when I woke up. It's the way of harmlessness and gentleness, one of the 20 universal ways of oneness. And Rachel Fiori always talks about how the way of harmlessness and gentleness, I mean, it's what this world needs. It's what we need to all become. It's a part of our divinity, to be harmless and gentle in a world where everything is harmful, nothing is gentle. And she always says this frequency is security, and it's stability, and it's nurturing, and it's loving, and it's stable, and it's powerful. And Hippity Hop always felt like this frequency to me, the way of harmlessness and gentleness. And so I dropped in, and I could feel all of the anger and all of the rage that was in there. I started activating this way. I'm the way of harmlessness and gentleness. I'm the way of harmlessness and gentleness, while all the anger and the fucking rage was there. And then all of a sudden, I felt Hippity Hop come. And he and I used to do this thing a lot where I used to rub my face against his, and I used to just love on him. And he put his face against mine, and I felt his expansive, like loving, open heart. And he literally sent me a message of saying, you don't need to hang on to this anymore. You don't need to carry this with you anymore. You don't need to hold this against this person anymore. Let's heal this, and I'm going to do it with you. And together in that cafe, I mean, I was crying so much. People were staring at me. He and I just activated the way of harmlessness and gentleness, and he and I just brought all of that, and I just started to feel all of the anger and the frustration and the rage alchemizing. And I was just crying, and within 10 minutes, all of it was gone. And I just thanked him, and I loved him, and I told him I miss him so much. I could cry talking about it right now. And I love you, and I miss you so much. Thank you, buddy. And then later on, that person came up on my Instagram, and I felt nothing. And that's the magic of alchemy.